our destination.
Packing Essentials Part 2.
Let's go for a ride.
Welcome back to Girls Trip. Happy Wednesday. If you were with us on Monday, you know that we're doing a little mini series on packing essentials for different types of trips. So on Monday, we covered beach, Europe, and traveling with kids. So if you didn't catch that, make sure to go back to Monday. We share some fun things. And today, Rebecca is going to kick us off with...
My favorite thing, car rides. Long car rides. I love a good road trip. I am not at all opposed to being stuck in a car. Maybe like over 24 hours is a little bit, but an all day event is like exciting to me when you have the right stuff, which is what we'll go into.
And the right
detail.
people.
The right people. That's true. I mean, like these guys.
I feel like so I'm not opposed to road trips either, although backseat car sickness is a real thing. So I need to be in the front
and center.
But what a difference when you're road tripping with traffic versus no traffic.
Oh my God.
Right? Like it could be the same amount of time that you're in the car, but when you're driving, life is great.
Yes. It doesn't.
When you're sitting there, you're like, kill me.
It's incredible how much angrier you get with traffic.
So
it's true.
Something I don't have in here, and this is nostalgic to me and might date me a little bit, but I don't really care. So growing up, my mom used to have us listen to audiobooks or like books on tape. And I used to love
Books on tape.
We'd go to the library sometimes or whatever, pick them up before or something.
Fun.
We'd also have some like history lessons thrown in there. But I used to love listening to Adventures in Odyssey.
Yes.
So I like to this day, I'm like trying to find some because I was like, I just want to get in a car and like just reminisce a little bit about
I
that.
totally relate to that.
Would I like my children to listen to that? Yes, as well. I'll be like, you will be.
Perfect excuse for you to listen to it.
Specifically on tape, they will listen to it somehow.
Oh yes, I will have. I do have a tape recorder.
A tape deck?
Not even a tape deck. I have a cassette player, like a portable one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I still have one.
That's awesome.
Okay, wait, hold up.
I don't know how in all of our purging and decluttering
This didn't come up.
Because this is in my basement in some bin. I used to record the lectures in college on tape.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow.
I have a couple. And then eventually, like at one point, I used to have one with just like a recorder, but because I would listen to it again, because lectures, because I would not get everything in.
Did you not have a smartphone in college?
I didn't have a smartphone until senior year, which was 2016. I had a dinosaur phone.
Wow.
All three, and it was only because my best friend's parents were like, her dad specifically was like, you need a smartphone. I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, he saw you recording lectures on a cassette tape.
He was like,
oh my God.
You're going to come on our family plan, okay? And you're going to get this smartphone.
So sweet. That's so sweet.
That is the only reason I had a smartphone.
Wow.
I probably would have gotten one, but I went that long with the flip phone.
So you traveled to your college class and pulled out a full-on portable.
It was about this big, and I'd put it on my table.
Was anyone like...
I don't remember anyone commenting because there's like 300 people. Like I only did it in these bigger lecture halls.
You know what, though, college, I had a friend,
that's cool.
who said that he used to take out his tea set and would make tea in college. And before a lecture would start, he would take out his tea and start brewing.
Okay,
you know what? This was probably very normal.
I don't know who these people went to school with, but...
I'm a little nostalgic, so
I love it. No, you'd be considered very cool and retro right now.
For like having in traffic or something like that, something to distract you and just get you in this another world.
We're talking about car rides.
Yeah, car rides is super helpful. So something I don't have, but I always suggest make a playlist. I'm all about the music. Like I have normally a playlist for lots of trips, or I'm going grocery shopping. This is the one I like to listen to. Like stuff like that makes it fun. I always go to. All right, so I don't have a ton in here, but okay, we have some card games. There's one that I do actually have in my car, but my car was cleaned out, and now I don't know where it is. So you guys have played it. It's not with me. It's called Road Trip. It's a really fun game. You can play it. It's meant to be played like the length of your road trip, essentially. So
it was very fun.
Artie and I have played it for about 3 hours. And
it was helpful when we got stuck in that traffic.
Oh, it was.
like, okay.
I mean, it wasn't distracting for my bladder exploding, but it was very fun.
It has just some fun, different, it's like kind of like an I Spy and then different games for everyone to do in the car. So it's a really great one. I'll try to find that and we'll link it as well. This one is called Scattergories, the card game.
I can't believe there's a small version of that.
There's like a travel size of everything.
I love
there
that.
Really is. So something simple, but it doesn't make you think. You don't have to think of the prompts on your own. So this is like at a birthday party with the letter C. Go. Like, just super easy. Again,
so you're not writing anything down.
Yeah. Like how many times you're going to play, like, I'm going to the grocery store and picking out an apple. Like you do that with the kids a million times. So you need some activities. If you do not get car sick, Mad Libs.
This is so
just
nostalgic.
Really fun. I don't know. Yeah, they're just like, this is a Christmas one. 5 in 1. Any sort of like coloring books, it's in the car. It's going to be bumpy.
Yeah.
But sometimes like word searches, anything like that. I don't get car sick. Sorry, guys. So I love all of these
didn't
fun
as
things.
a kid. I did everything in the car as a kid. I had one of because we would drive to Myrtle Beach as a kid every year for vacation. And I had one of those like backseat desk things.
Love it.
That like you unzip and it folds out. And I would read entire books. I would write. I would draw. I would color, do all the things.
So remember on Monday when we were talking about the booklet? So if I read, this is nuts. If I read in the car during the day within a minute, asking my dad to pull over so that I can throw up. Oh yeah. At night, no problem. So I got
because you couldn't see. Probably.
That's definitely what it was.
It was
so
outside. That's the problem.
my mom got me my first book light for the car because I could read at night in the car, but I could never read during the day in a car ride. How funny is that? So yeah, and still today to this day, if I answer a text message, Thomas is like, "No, please." He's like, "Don't do it," because he knows within 10 seconds I'm going to be like, oh crap. Okay. So yeah, it's something about reading.
Reading. I mean, I remember being a kid and getting ready to drive to Myrtle Beach, and my dad literally put an actual little TV, like an actual TV in the car. Like on the center console so that we could see it in the back, and somehow
did it need a plug?
I don't even know how he did it.
In the cigarette lighter?
Probably.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah. And we watched we watched movies that way.
I used to bring, when we did a big road trip out west, we had our laptop at that point, and we put DVDs, and just as long as the laptop would go, we would watch a movie.
Because we would drive down with friends of ours, and they had the fancy like van where like
the TV,
would like fold out from the ceiling. And ours didn't have that.
Just
and
like
so
a little
he was
bit,
just like, I'll just put a whole TV.
Okay, but how much more fun is that though? To have a whole TV
You're
in
like,
the car
you
with
got
you.
the full screen. You got the mini screen.
And now I feel like, I mean, I haven't really been in the market for a minivan, so maybe it still is, but I feel like I don't ever see the
now
TVs
I don't see those anymore.
Well, they have them on the back seats too, like on the back of the passenger
They're
and the
actually
driver.
in the chair.
They do?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I've never seen this anymore. So now my kids think that this is a totally new concept that they've come up with. And they're like, wouldn't it be so cool if we could have a TV in the car?
And
Like
you're
they think it's like, you know.
So I've seen some of them, the really nice cars have them built into the passenger side and the driver's side. I've also seen I've seen it in cars as I'm going by. I think that's really funny. They'll like strap their iPhone
to the back of the
that's very
seat.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
Wow, we're getting creative here.
We're getting creative. Yeah.
This car ride is clearly for children.
I mean, especially if it's a tablet. You could literally strap a tablet
so much.
to these kids, man. They don't know the struggle.
Yeah.
They don't know the struggle.
They don't know. I just love that you definitely had that Mad Libs book like already. Like you didn't have to go buy it. It looks like
it was from 2008.
Oh, no, I've had this for a while, and I'm just waiting to use it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We have to plan a holiday road trip apparently.
Yeah, we do. So we can play it.
Specifically a holiday one.
Things you don't think of, but are probably in your car, but just do it. A garbage bag of any sort, because there's going to be stuff, wrappers, and as best as you can, I feel like if you're throwing stuff in there and not at the end of the trip, like during it, just makes it easier for cleanup. So any sort of plastic bag, garbage bag, always got to have some tissues in there. Again, hopefully you have some in there, some wipes, essentials for those snacks.
Yes. The hat makes a return.
I just needed to bring this because I will never go on any vacation car ride without my baseball cap of any sort.
So it's just it's a life essential for you.
It literally comes with me everywhere, and I don't always wear it. But I'm like,
it means vacation to you, though.
It does. I think that's it. And if the sun's like not being properly blocked, bam, throw that on. Okay, so some things that I don't have, and I'm gonna bring this up because I feel like I've been instructed to do this actually. What happens when you are drinking a lot of liquids in the car and you have to go to the bathroom?
Okay.
Now this device is not meant for, as what I've been instructed, what it's for is not meant for a car ride. It's for something very different, but it can be used this way. If there is no bathroom in sight, okay, and you have to go to the bathroom and you are not just going to go in anything, okay? There is a pee funnel, essentially, that you can go to the bathroom and and there is basically a tube that you can drain that into.
I think I have a visual. I don't really need to hear more.
I feel like I need to just express that you're not just peeing in a funnel. Like, okay.
I feel like, okay, so if you're in the middle of Kansas? If it were me or Joy, right?
Yeah.
And we had to pee, like, we would just allow our bodies to explode before we got on the side of the road and pee.
There would be a kidney infection.
Yeah. I feel like I'm on board with that. I never want to pee on the side of the road.
Okay. To be honest, you just pee in the trunk. In that plastic bag.
Not the same plastic bag that she uses as a shower cap.
This is a car ride too.
We need to have an episode where Rebecca does 30 ways to use a plastic bag.
They're so versatile. They can be used for so. This is why I was pissed off when I couldn't have my plastic bags because I was using them for so many things. Oh, this is taking a turn.
That would be the funniest episode, though. Oh my god,
it would be. Who knows?
30 ways for Rebecca to use this. It just that bag says thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, so I have never used one of these. I know of people who have used this. I'm just saying it's out there.
I just feel like you, of all people, you should own one. You should be one of those people who has that in their glove compartment.
The thing, I have a bladder that is like
we all do.
I have a bladder that can go for like 10 hours, 11 hours. Okay, so I'm never thinking of that. I'm like,
I will say it is a rookie move, and I do get upset when I'm going on a trip or somewhere where we know we're going to be in the car long.
Yeah.
And my co-pilot or someone in the back has what I would normally have, my water bottle. Yeah. That's packed somewhere.
Yeah.
You are not taking a water bottle full of liquid on this.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
When we stop at the gas station to get snacks, we're not talking about liquids.
Oh my God.
Absolutely not.
So we grew up with this family that were our best friends, and they drove with us to Myrtle Beach every year for years and years and years. And we still make fun of them and laugh about it to this day because our family was kind of on that side of things. Like we're in this for the long haul. We're getting there. Like you drink when we stop to eat and you go to the bathroom and then you get in and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, they were notorious so this was back in like, our dads had walkie-talkies in the cars to communicate back and forth to each other.
Right next to their cassette tapes.
Right next to the cassette tapes and our TV. And it would always be like, Tom, we need to stop at a bathroom. And my dad would be like,
oh my God.
What do you mean? We were just at
the bathroom.
So we would stop off at like a 7-Eleven and we would stay in the car and their whole family would get out and go to the bathroom and they'd all come out with these giant big gulps and we'd be like, are you kidding me?
So at this point in our lives, so like Thomas was like a child. Yeah. But Thomas as an adult, if he got the he would be like, okay, see you there.
Yeah,
and he would
bye. Be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah. So I used to be one of those people, bladder of steel, 12 hours.
I know.
Then I had 2 kids. And now it's
that's true too.
You're going outside or you're going inside.
You're not going to get someone who doesn't want to stop at a Starbucks on the way more than me. But I've been like, no.
Not doing that.
There's no time for that.
Yeah.
Also,
So-
I could be dying, and Thomas would
You
be
gotta,
like,
you gotta
wait.
feel it out. If you're feeling a little adventurous, you can always go on that.
Oh, all right. We've spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah, we're gonna move
on
on.
the pee funnel.
Last short few. You need a snack bag, but here's the key: you need some refreshing snacks, not just dry, salty. I always like to have some grapes, a little pop of sugar, a little freshness, and maybe some string cheese in a cooler.
A small charcuterie board for the ride.
I mean, where were we going that you guys pulled out a literal
No, we were going to Boston. Yeah, we were going
loaf
to
of bread
She
with
bought
butter,
brioche. She bought
a cutting
brioche
board,
bread.
a full bread knife, butter.
I was buttering bread in the back
back seat.
and being like, "Here you guys go. Would you like me to sprinkle some salt, finishing
Like,
salt?"
that's excessive.
The night before she's at Shopper, she's like, "So I'm thinking of getting some brioche." I was like, "Do it. Go for it." She brought whipped butter. Whipped butter.
The night before I was in ShopRite and I have you on the
Yeah.
phone and we're going through all the snacks.
All the snacks.
You're like, yes, yes. Like, I see bread. You're like, yes. So you were the enabler at that point.
100%.
If I notice, I didn't call Lauren. I called you because I knew you would be yesing me to
Probably
death.
said, "We have 5 snacks. We're good."
We're
No,
good.
we had 20.
No,
Five.
we literally brought a loaf of bread, whipped butter, a bread knife, and a cutting board.
Yeah, it was insane.
That
The
was
things
so
you can
fun.
do when you're like,
And we
Oh
were
my God,
driving
in
like
nice car
5
ride.
hours.
We were not
Like we
driving-
didn't even need to
No.
stop for a meal.
We were not driving long enough for there to be a bread knife in the car. Oh my God.
So you need your snacks. You need to have certain ones.
Oh God. So funny.
And I think most importantly, you need we might talk about this at some point, but like a nice pillow. Doesn't have to be big, but I have one that it's like,
For the car ride
For the car
specifically.
ride, yeah. Because when you're tired at some point, you're being the co-pilot and your driver's like, "You may sleep now. I'm awake." Or you're in the back seat and you just need to rest your head. You need a little something because a jacket's not going to do. So give yourself like a good memory foam. I got one from like TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They all sell them. Or the neck pillow if you want. But
Smart.
yeah. So there you go. Welcome to my car ride.
God.
It's going to be an adventure.
It's gonna be so much fun.
We went for a
It's
ride.
gonna be an adventure.
gonna be
All right,
so much
Joy,
fun.
where are you going?
I have no idea at this point. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I've been.
But you're
Okay.
bringing bread.
But I am absolutely bringing brioche. Okay. So apparently, so I'm going on a weekend getaway or an overnighter. Okay, which are my favorite types of trips. Actually, I didn't realize that this was a well-known item. My mom put this in my stocking last Christmas. And I thought it was the best invention ever because I had never seen one.
Until you showed me, I did not know this existed
Really?
either. Yeah.
You guys have been living under a rock.
No, for real.
Yeah.
We actually have.
Because I literally am like touching it, my hot iron.
So this is for your hot curling iron, okay? Or any hot iron.
Flat
Yeah,
iron,
flat
yeah.
iron. And you literally could pull it out of the wall and immediately stick it in here and put it wherever
not
it needs to
combust.
go. And it will not self-combust and it will not destroy anything else in your bag. This has been like, I use this every week now. Because I'm bringing my curling iron somewhere every week. So this I absolutely love. This is
it.
a
Yeah.
must buy.
That's
And it's
brilliant.
And it's a cheap one too. This is not super expensive, but incredible.
I got my first one when I was a
years
young
old.
teenager.
Oh, so this is really old.
It's
This is an old
It's
invention.
old. But at the time,
sheltered.
I don't even know. I don't know. I'm sure Amazon existed, but it wasn't like on my radar. We didn't buy things on Amazon the same way.
Yeah.
And I had to go to a store called Frickin' Frack.
That's not real.
Wait, there's a ballet move and we call it flick flack. That's what it sounds like.
Frickin' frack.
Frickin' Frack. That
That's
was
not
like
real.
the local place that had all that like different type of stuff.
Like
Okay.
random,
random.
like a Cracker Barrel
Yeah.
store.
Yeah,
We're gonna
kind of like that. Like you could have greeting cards, you can ornament, you can
Okay,
get that,
cool.
different kind of stuff.
Christmas tree shopping.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. And then I moved on to my Vera Bradley quilted one.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Yeah,
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, so it's been around for a long time, guys.
Okay.
But
Well,
but if you don't have one,
to me, it's magical.
Yeah, it's a really good thing to have.
Yeah.
You kind of talked about this on Monday.
What the heck is that?
But okay, so this
I'm dying
is
to know.
this is my mini laundry bag that you would be shocked
Yep.
the amount of stuff that you can fit in this thing.
Yes.
But the
I
reason
love this idea.
I actually don't. So the reason why I saved it for weekend and not bigger trip is because when you have a bigger bag like I do, I use the zipper part of the bag for my laundry stuff.
Okay,
that's why it's like a separate area for my bigger suitcase. Yes. But when I'm having my little duffel bag or my weekender bag that I love, all your clothes get all disgusting with each other. So recently we were on a trip where somehow I had many bugs all over all over some of my clothes. So needless to say, I did not want that intermingling with the other clean clothes. So something like this that you can just throw all of your dirty clothes from the prior day, stick it in the side. This has been great for me. Love using that.
I've used a plastic bag for that.
Add it to the list. We're getting
to
to 30 without even trying.
Just one episode, and she hasn't even had to think about it. Okay. Okay. So Lauren actually just got me this one specifically, but these are facial towelettes. But the reason why I wanted to bring this one is because it says the micellar water, and this is what I use to take off my makeup anyway. So I can't wait to take this on my next. I'm actually going to probably bring this to Europe too, because it's honestly, it's really, really good for like a weekend trip because I don't want to bring my whole skincare routine. I don't want to bring my whole skincare routine, but I do want to make sure my face is clean because I need to have a clean face before I go to bed.
And anytime you can avoid liquids.
100%.
So much easier.
So love this. This one's Burt's Bees. I'm sure there are many, many brands. Maybe, and honestly, I never thought to look for micellar water for the face wipes. There probably are face wipes. It's strictly just micellar water without anything else. But Burt's Bees is pretty clean.
Yeah.
So this says micellar and rose water, which is really, really good. Yeah. So I'm very excited to use them. I'm not opening them. I'm forcing myself not to use them until I go away. Okay. So I found a little trick on my last weekend trip that I was on. This is from you guys actually for my birthday that you gave me. But then I realized what a perfect size to use for all of my little toiletries.
That's so cute.
This little plastic bag that they got me for all of my Bum Bum products. I actually used it for my mini facial cleanser, my mini toner, my mini toothpaste, and all the other little things that I just wanted to throw in there.
So cute.
So
perfect size.
Really great. So I said that to say that if you need something that you need, because I have a toiletry bag.
Yeah.
But I'm not bringing it in my duffel bag on a getaway, on a 2-day getaway. I'm not doing that. Something small like this, if you can find something that has travel product size in it, but then you're like, I'm going to recycle the bag that it comes in. Do that. That's a great idea. Okay. Now we are on to something that may not be specific may just be specific to me and not for everybody. But I'm really bad at taking any supplements when I'm away. My fix for that has been to invest in my little cases for my supplements. I'm not going to say I'm thinking about my supplements when I'm on vacation, but I'm far more likely to remember to take them if I pack them in something. And if you try packing your supplements in your getaway bag for overnight bag, it's not going to happen. So this is a good little fix to make sure that you keep your vitamins, keep your supplements. It definitely helps me. Okay. On to TMI. So
we're past that.
We're way past that. You've been doing things in the trunk. I mean, there's a lot that we're moving past. Okay. God. I realized a few years ago that for me to have a really strong digestive system while I'm away, my morning routine has to be identical to my morning routine at home. It's the only way that I will not feel gross. It's the only way that I will feel like everything is flowing well. And for me, that is my espresso in the morning. And I may have some Cafe Bustelo people watching. It's fine. You're wrong, but it's fine. Medaglia d'Oro, that is the name of it, which means gold medal, because it is the winner of all espressos. It is my favorite. It's delicious, and I will make this for myself wherever I am, and it's an instant espresso, so I don't need a coffee maker no matter where I'm going, so I don't have to go out and get a coffee. I literally just need hot water somewhere. So most places now will either have, if you're staying in a hotel, maybe have a Keurig that you just need water for, but I literally need my coffee in it. So I want to make my coffee. So it'll have at least water. Or if you're staying someone that has like if you're staying in an Airbnb, you'll probably have a stove and like a little pot. You just make hot water. You throw this into it. Oh my goodness. So good. And I feel good all day long. So
Well, you actually just made me a believer in this because this is something I would never buy myself. I just never would even think of anything. I would think of anything that says instant. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I would never think of that. But we were just on a weekend getaway. And I mean, it's getting harder and harder to find a reliable latte because these things are just like people are doing whatever
they want.
they're feeling that day.
Yes.
And yeah, I feel like more often than not, I get a latte that's like practically milk.
Yes.
I always get iced. And I'm like, I don't want to drink a whole cup of milk.
Yeah.
I want, it's caffeine. And so you whipped that out of your
You were
purse.
like, here you go.
And in this case, like I didn't need hot water. I just put a teaspoon
put it right in there.
in my
That's right.
in my ice, and what a game changer! Like saved my
it
my
gave
latte.
you an instant shot immediately.
Yeah, and for the amount of times that I end up either not drinking my latte or drinking basically a glass of milk, hoping to like trick myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be
the way to
convinced.
go.
It's become to the point where it needs to go in my suitcase. Like, it's become I've been attached to it.
It might be a crutch now.
I don't know
little
why.
bit.
It's also very cheap. I mean, maybe
It is.
Maybe,
It's not that.
It's like $4 or $5,
And you can get
for
that
this
like
little
any
guy.
type of grocery store, not a
Any type.
specialty.
Yeah,
Any
anywhere.
type. Yep. This will be at ShopRite. This will be at Whole Foods. Maybe I'm actually not sure about Whole Foods. It will be at Wegmans for
Yeah.
sure.
Stop and
I wonder
Shop.
if Trader Joe's has a version of an instant espresso.
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm very.
I'm a new believer.
Yeah, I'm very happy with my
New
with
believer.
my whole haul here.
All right,
Where are we going, Lauren?
we're going
Where are we going with this?
to an island.
An island, yes.
So in my mind, I've told my husband this early on in our marriage. There's vacations and there's trips. Okay?
okay.
Those are two separate things. And ideally I have one each
Yes.
a year,
Yeah.
right? So vacations, you want that island tropical feel. You want to relax. You want somewhere warm.
Yeah.
You want, whatever, beaches. You want reading time, downtime, feeling refreshed. Trips are like Europe or, places you go, like national parks or something.
She said with disdain.
Something.
Hiking. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, where it's more activity
little bit
based.
more
You're
work, yeah.
sightseeing. You're,
Yeah.
you're not
You're on
really
a mission.
relaxing. Like you might come home fulfilled but tired. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're talking about a vacation here. And I've done a fair amount of different islands. Last year we went to the Bahamas. This year we're going to Turks and Caicos for the first time. So very excited about that. So some of these are just lessons that I've learned from different islands. Number one is Miles and I, before we had kids, went to Bahamas for the first time, and there was a giant water park. So of course we were going to the water park, acting like big kids, and
So fun.
there just wasn't like an easy place to store your stuff. Like there wasn't like a safe place for like lounge chairs or like cubbies or lockers or anything like that. So whatever you're bringing, it's with you.
Yeah.
And to leave it in the room was like far, like really far.
Yeah.
So he thought he would really be like, my phone is, like water resistant or whatever Apple claims. He's like, it'll be fine. His phone was not fine. Okay, he broke his phone on vacation because it got wet on
Wait,
these
I didn't even
things.
know this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Who thinks water resistant? I'm going to bring it to a water park.
I don't care if that was part of the commercial. I'm still not bringing
Yeah.
my phone to a water park.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
my gosh.
you see all these people that were like, oh my God, they're so extra with their waterproof lanyards around their neck. Well, actually, they're super smart.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we should have done. So don't chance it if you're going, because a lot of islands now, that's the big thing, that all these resorts are adding water parks and stuff like that. And you want to have your phone to either communicate with other people or take pictures of your kids or whatever it is. Don't chance it. Get one of the ridiculous bags and wear it, because you will not regret it.
Yep.
Okay. Also on islands that you're maybe not thinking about all the time is bugs that you may run into. And no one really wants to think about packing bug spray. And a lot of bug sprays, at least I never see like travel size bug sprays. They're usually like
They're massive.
big.
Yeah.
If you're like us, if anytime we don't have to check a bag, we're just bringing carry-ons. But they do make like a natural bug repellent balms that are supposedly better for you, for your skin.
What do you think about the bracelets and the you can put them on your ankles, you can put them on your wrists? Do you think they work?
We've
I've
gotten
seen
them, and we've gotten like the stickers that you wear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kinda,
They say
sorta.
like one. I think you need to put like, I think I need to cover myself
Yeah.
in stickers. So I think you need something on your skin.
Yeah.
So a balm is potentially a good option for you. This I did bring. We've talked a lot about bags. We love bags. Everyone bring a bag of some kind. But some sort of dry bag. Especially if you do have kids, you know, you're going to be heading back from the beach or the pool and you just want somewhere to stick some of that stuff without dragging all of that into
I love those.
I know.
into your
Those
hotel
are great.
room.
Yeah.
So those are always just good to have. What else did I put? Okay. So last year, like I said, we were in the Bahamas and the number of people I saw, first of all, standing in long lines at at the Starbucks in the hotel to buy a crazy overpriced bottle of water when there are water stations at like every single pool was mind-boggling to me.
Very
So
interesting.
pack yourself
You're probably like purified.
a water bottle and fill your
Yeah.
water
Fill your
bottle
water
every
up.
time you're at the pool because that's just insane.
We
to spend
still
that money.
have ours from Hawaii because they gave us water bottles,
Oh, that's nice.
like metal
Yeah.
interior water bottles. When we got into our hotel room,
Yeah.
they were there in the fridge, and we filled up our water 10 times a day at the stations.
Yeah.
So
That's
how you
just
have
the way to
do
go.
it. Yeah.
Super simple, but I don't know, not something that's usually on my packing list. So reminder to myself. Kind of along those lines, and we've talked about this for a couple of different types of trips, but very small, like think like lunchbox size cooler, maybe. They have some collapsible ones. Is nice. Again, especially if you have kids, but even if you don't, like when you're on an island, the food and drinks are so
expensive.
So expensive.
It's crazy.
expensive that any like corners you can cut, loopholes
Yeah.
is going to be worth it. So again, if you were watching on Monday and I showed those little containers for kids, like leftovers from breakfast, put that fruit in there. It's nice to have a cooler to put that in. I will typically pack as many snacks as I can in our suitcase so that we have that, throw it in the cooler, bring it to the beach, that sort of thing. Make it easy for yourself. Aloe.
Yeah.
Aloe. We all want to believe that we're not going to get burnt. Okay, listen, you married my brother and your offspring are going to be part him.
If we didn't have
That's a good
aloe,
point.
we probably would never go on vacation, to be honest.
Yeah.
If we didn't have sunscreen and aloe, I mean, it's part of, we need it.
The only way
Because
to
it is
survive
it is a
outside.
necessity.
Let me just tell you, when you don't bring aloe, like we didn't last year, and you are going to pay the resort price for it,
No.
you're going to be kicking yourself hard.
Yeah.
Because when you're at that point, you're like, I don't have a choice but to buy this aloe.
Yeah.
And I just spent like $30, which is so painful
Yep.
to spend on this little bottle.
Yep.
So just do yourself a favor and do it. Just pack it. Put it on your must-have list. Also in that, so like I said, the time that we went to the water park was our first time to the Bahamas, and that time we went in like April. It was fantastic. The second time we came back, we went in early July. And not only was it early July, but apparently the island was having like weather like it's never had before. When I tell you there was not any breeze at all.
Wow.
Oh no, it's
It
so
was
hot.
stifling hot, like crazy hot.
Yeah.
And I would have given anything to have one of those like ugly long sleeve rash guard
Yeah.
things to put on because we're going to like the water park or even at the pool. And I was like taking Miles's t-shirts to wear over me to just like protect my shoulders a little bit. So that, and again, I don't like them water shoes because they're ugly. But if you're doing anything where it's like a lot of walking in the resort or any type of water park or going from beach to pool and back and forth, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
For your kids, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But even for me, I was like, I have to like find somewhere to put my flip-flops every time we're going on a slide and, in and out. And I'm like, if I just had that, and I was not going to pay for them there because again, so crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually I had bought new water shoes for Avery, hadn't tried them on her. When I got there, found out they were too small. So I was like looking everywhere. Again, you're on this massive resort. There's like endless stores.
Yeah.
So I finally find them at this boutique, $100 for a pair of kids' water shoes.
That's sick.
I was like, no.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
I was like, I'll
That's
wrap your feet in
ridiculous.
banana leaves if I have to. But I was like, no.
Usually calling out a pineapple.
Yeah, I'm like,
gosh.
that is who would pay that.
It's highway robbery.
It's
but they
absolutely
know
insane.
that they can get you
If you need it and you're desperate enough.
Yeah,
That's right.
So don't be desperate.
Don't be
Don't be
desperate.
desperate.
Don't be desperate.
Yeah, try them on first.
Yeah,
before you
definitely
leave.
try it all on. So yeah, a lot of these are like really basic things, but they're all things that I have forgotten or overlooked or thought like, nah, I don't really need that. And like instead of bringing that whatever extra pair of heels or you know something that you're like just in case, like replace those just in case items with like really just in case items that are going to be more worth it.
Yeah, if Thomas didn't go to Hawaii first before me, we knew we wanted to do the volcano thing, right? And I would have really no idea to pack like all the cold clothes too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like if you're going to an island, that's amazing. But if you are doing excursions that may
keep it in
require
mind.
certain types of clothing, like just keep that in mind too.
Yes, definitely. And then the last thing I had on my list, which you pulled out some card games for Road Trip, but now I don't know if anyone has seen this, but they're everywhere in Target. They have for like all sorts of games like Uno and Apples to Apples, like waterproof cards.
Wow.
Oh, I have to get those.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
We
I
love
love
playing
that.
cards on vacation. I
which
have
is
to
like
get
so
those.
fun. So you can easily play them by the pool, the beach,
Fun.
whatever, and not worry about
That's
them
perfect.
getting
Yep.
all like gross
Messed
or
up.
anything like that.
So fun.
So yeah, fun for all ages.
Those are a lot of good little
there.
things.
Yeah.
So yeah, so hopefully you have picked up on some tidbits that maybe you want to bring with you as you're getting ready to pack for wherever you may be heading. Friday, we'll be back with our last installment.
Yes.
But it's going to be a little different than
little different.
these first two. So make sure to like and subscribe. Ding that bell so you get a notification. And
Ring that
remember to ring, ding, sing, do all the ings except for the bell. And most importantly, don't forget to enjoy the view wherever your ride takes you.